The podcast you are listening to of Holmberg's Morning Sickness is brought to you by my friends at Eric's Family Barbecue in Avondale. Meet, mesquite, repeat. Trust me on this one. You've had barbecue before, but you haven't had it this good. Eric's Family Barbecue in Avondale, ericsfamilybbq.com.
Eric's Family Barbecue has arrived and is simply the best barbecue in Arizona. Come satisfy your taste buds with meats that are smoked over mesquite wood and sides that are made with fresh ingredients and tons of love. They have the best, juiciest brisket, pulled pork, rib sausage, turkey, or everyone's favorite, the Pitmaster Sampler that includes all the meat and 4 sides. Mac and cheese, potato salad, coleslaw, corn, or beans, yum. And for dessert, try some creamy banana pudding, amazing. Eric's Family Barbecue in Avondale. Meat, mesquite, repeat. Make the trip, you won't be sorry. Dine in or take it to go. Go to ericsfamilybbq.com for more info.
This man needs medical attention.
Holmberg's Morning Sickness.
The old method of treatment for a person in this condition was to throw him in jail.
98 KUPD.
There's, I love it. All right. Nice job there. Silence the voice. Here, we're ready to go. End of June. How is this happening? I got an email from Michael Jones. He nails it. Suns need to start playing basketball and quit with the dumb crap. Zubats is out. You don't attack the center and you don't go after the rim. It's 4 games they haven't played well now. Better than the last 3, but still not good enough. You listen to these local sports snobs. They were all talking about how Vegas had the Suns as the overwhelming favorite to win it all now. Suns had Game 4 was a gritty win. No, it wasn't. It was a lousy game, and they managed to play a little bit better than the Clippers, who were playing terrible. And here's my real beef, and this was mine too. This was going to be this segment no matter what, gentlemen. What the F is up with Alice Cooper playing halftime? That's why we lost. It's exactly why we lost. This city still has cowtown mentality. Dragging Alice Cooper's old-ass bones out there, acting like he's something that represents our town. How many years in a row have I said, stop dragging that old transvestite out and making him sing to people who have no idea who he is? He wasn't relevant. When he did that Frankenstein song, it was his comeback, and it was 1988. If you had a comeback in 88, 2021's not for you.
Well, if it goes to Game 7, they got a good little whatever's left of Gin Blossom.
Fine. At least they were relevant 5 years after Alice Cooper's comeback.
Or maybe the Sex Machine Band is available for Game 7.
I'm fine with that, too. Anything is better than
on a
pinning
national stage.
Yes. Look, you could have
rocking down the river.
You could have a local. I'm in on all of it. Feeling a little rowdy. I'm fine with all of it. Drag his dumb ass out there. I give Pratt credit for that. He's been more of a modern catalyst to the city's growth than Alice Cooper, who was famous when this city was like hillbillies and barely air conditioning. There's like 30,000 people here when Alice Cooper, he's Phoenix's own. No, he's not. We don't want him. We're a transient town now. We don't want Alice Cooper to be, oh, wow, that's the best we've got to offer. Quit rolling that tranny's old ass out on stage and saying he's representing Phoenix. He does not. And he was not good in the first place ever. He was okay at best. He is not like the best we have to offer. Wake Roger Klein. Go down to Mexico and pick him up out of the woods where he's drinking and writing and put Roger Klein up there.
He's in Tempe.
I don't care.
We can get the Tubes back together too. Why not?
Yes. If we're rolling out 70s superstars, the Tubes certainly were a little bit better. She's a beauty. Let's get it up there.
Talk to you later.
I made fun of when I was at the game a couple weeks ago when they did tag team. And in the middle of the song, scoop, there it is. They're doing the Geico ad. And I'm like, this is pathetic. This can't be the best this city has to offer. This is pathetic. You know what? Tag team's a hell of a lot more relevant than Alice Cooper is. Keep giving Al, and I know he works here and all. We keep giving him this foundation and platform. I like Alice Cooper as a person.
He's been here a long time.
Enough. That doesn't make you good at anything. That's why I don't want to celebrate our 20th anniversary. It doesn't make you great. 20 years, you know, something. No, that's when you start saying, I've been around for a long time. I'm kind of a relic now. I don't care about how long you've been there. Are you still any good at anything? No. I'm a 1,000-year-old man. Oh, just your longevity allows you to go up and play? Stop it.
You're going to get a plaque for that, though.
I got all my plaques are on the way. I might get another plaque for Tripp's office. You notice that I hang no plaques. I order them, I buy them, I give them as gifts to people as an arrogant gesture, and it's hilarious. But I'm not hanging anything that celebrates me. Alice Cooper, it's time you took responsibility for this. When they ask, hey, do you want to play the Suns halftime? Just say, you know what? Thank you, but I haven't done anything worthwhile since 1987. and I'm in all walks of life. I've been kind of a useless. I've shot a couple 68s on the Adobe course over there at the Biltmore, which is fantastic. Good on you, Vince. It's time we start calling him Vince again, because this Alice Cooper thing. He doesn't even need makeup to look scary. Stop it. He opened a goddamn Applebee's for a little while, and then it wasn't. Applebee's kicked its ass because the food wasn't good. It's nothing.
Look, I mean, he's got his Air Park Dodge. This is a great opportunity for us to promote. Everyone got guitars.
Here's how you know how great that. Look, Air Park Dodge does what they do. They were great.
I think that's the one.
Yeah,
it is. Yeah.
They were handing out a guitar, whatever. My dad bought a truck there, and he calls me up and he goes, and this is my dad. It's Alice Cooper. My dad was in his 20s when Alice Cooper had hits 50 years ago. And my dad calls me up and goes, hey, I just bought a truck out here at the, they're giving me an Alice Cooper guitar. You want that? I'm like, no, I don't want that. He goes, well, neither do I. I'm like, well, then tell them they don't. He says, they're making me take it. I'm like,
go for the flat.
I said, you didn't get a flat screen. They didn't give you an option. Can I get $300 off? And it's a Stratocaster, and you're getting $300 off for anything. It's like, all right, I'll take your stupid guitar. My dad's like, maybe you could auction it off on the air. And I'm like, no. I'd rather auction off an unautographed guitar than an Alice Cooper one.
You should have took it and then gifted it to Toledo like Brady did with the
That's not a bad idea. Give him that.
Give it to me first, then to Toledo.
It's just, look, he's a fine man, but I don't want to see Linda Carter in the Wonder Woman outfit anymore, and she went here. I don't want to dig up Glenn Campbell and have the rhinestone corpse standing up there saying, knock it off with Alice Cooper. And half the crowd's like, who the hell is this old lady? And they're like, oh, it's a man. It's actually a man, and he used to own an Applebee's downtown. That's what most people say. He was an Applebee's owner who likes to sing. Knock it off with the Alice Cooper. He does his cute little show no one listens to. I was in Hawaii, and I turned the radio station on, and they were running Alice Cooper show in the daytime, and I'm like, ugh. And I turned it off, and I got back in the car at night, and it was the only station you could get in Kauai or whatever. Was it Kauai?
Kona?
Kona? No, the other one, the far out island.
That's Kauai, yeah.
In Kauai, yeah. Turn it on again at night, and they're rerunning the goddamn thing. And they talk to Tripp and goes, that was a station I ran when I was there. I'm like, what, just Alice Cooper all day, all night? Yeah.
I didn't care about that station.
I didn't give a f about that. There was like 6 people on that island. Like 5 Howleys. Who cares? He's right. You go out there and you're like, there's no need for entertainment on this island. There's a giant resort and then grass, beach, and locals that hate you. That's pretty much what the whole Kauai that island is not for us. You go on beach. I went on a beach and the guy's like, literally, I thought it was just an old Town and Country T-shirt thing. Locals only signs everywhere. Locals only. I'm just walking on the beach and there's a bunch of people and some guy at the resort said they've stabbed people just for being on the beaches of Hawaii. Like, that's theirs. And they were surfing and having fun. I'm like, I didn't know that. There were some tough looking guys.
But have fun.
Yeah, have a good time. But you stay where you're supposed to stay. There's the beach for you. And then there's the one that they use. They don't want some Howley tourist trap rolling and wrecking everything. Walking around with Alice Cooper, I would have stabbed this one. Let's drain this old lady of her black blood and make it so she stops wrecking my sporting events.
Get hit with a wood club with shark teeth in it.
Yeah, I'm fine with that. Just beat that old tranny that rolls out with me and sings about 16-year-olds in his 80s. School's out, folks. Look, Grandpa, school's been out for you for way too long for you to still be celebrating. You don't even remember what it feels like on the last day of school because it was, it was the 40s. You actually had a school uniform that included the word knickers in it because no, settle down, Brad. Because that word was okay to say back then.
That's still okay.
I know. Knickers is still okay.
Whoa.
You had a little hat and curls in your hair. Yeah, when they said that, it's like Alice Cooper's going to play the halftime. I'm like, oh, God, just pound your head into the ground. What are we doing? You're right, Brady. The Gin Blossoms aren't. You said, well, drag out the Gin Blossoms, and we're all joking like, haha, why would we do that? They haven't been relevant since '93. Well, Alice Cooper, Applebee's proprietor, I like the man, but it's time we stop. We're a big city now. There had to be something. Get Jordan.
Couldn't get Jimmy Eat World.
What's that giant American Idol girl that sings the anthem all the time? Jordan Sparks. Roll her ass out there and have her do something. Anybody.
Why not the trumpeter that brought the World Series?
Jesse McGuire. That became silly, too. Well, I mean, we act like we're Casa Grande.
Well, who have we had? We've had Alice.
That's it.
Tagged. No. I mean, as far as who's played there, Alice tag teams. Who else was there?
That band called The Maine, and I don't know who they are. And then there's the Black Moods.
Okay,
we could get them up there. Yeah. They're Jimmy Eat World played last game. I know.
Still more relevant than Alice.
The Jew up there.
They were at least the 2000s.
We're as relevant. We could do something. Get my stupid band to do it. I wouldn't. You know why? Because I got enough understanding of how things work. And they're like, would you like? Of course not. Nobody knows who we are. We're not a relevant band. We like to goof around. Yeah, but there's nobody in Phoenix that's any good. I know.
You guys should do a cover of Scoop There It Is.
We would do Scoop There It Is. I mean, we had a joke band up there, so we'll go up and do it. Let John J. and Rich Barra has a band. Let him go up. Come on. Alice Cooper is no longer representing Phoenix as like, man, he's one of Phoenix's own. I mean, the legend. He's in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Who isn't? Other than Rob Halford. It's a little sore subject. Get Rob Halford up there.
Yeah.
Poison. Brett
Michaels is close by. He'd do it. But no, they're too busy dragging Guy Fieri out there. And J.J. Watt, who, by the way, everybody, we were celebrating the other day. He's got his son's thing. He's waving his towel. You know where he was 2 nights ago? Milwaukee, cheering on his Bucks because he loves them. Because he's a Wisconsin kid.
Is anybody expecting anything different?
Then don't troll them out.
Yeah.
Make me lose respect for that. Put your Suns gear on, and then I'm a Bucks fan. Well, then don't go to the Suns game and play pretend. Put your Cardinal stuff on and wave, but don't go crazy. Be a local representative, but don't, That's bothered me about this business we're in for years. Radio guys are coming, I'm from Boston, and it's my 15th stop. I'm 28 years old. Like, you've got 15 jobs. Yeah. So let's get to know these local sports teams. Next thing you know, you see these knobs on a picture, and they're coated in Carter's Suns hat. They got their Diamondbacks bat, and they're like,
that's all it
leave
is.
Sludge alone.
Collect gear.
Yeah, leave Sludge alone. He's right. Leave Sludge alone. And then Sludge went to Philly, and you see him in his Philly gear. Now he's in Chicago, and he's in the Chicago stuff. Sludge's a nice guy, but he plays that game.
Got the Mud Hens jersey.
Yeah, he was in Toledo. Yeah, Toledo was in Toledo. He had to be a Mud Hen fan. Next thing you know, you're a Toledo Golden Knight. What were they called?
Rockets.
Rockets. Yeah, that's right. I don't know what they were.
Kent State Flash.
The Flash. That's what I'm thinking of. Garbage. Kent State would never roll out. They'd roll out National Guard before they put Alice Cooper on a stage.
The National Guard band.
They'd have the National Guard band at Kent State. As insensitive as that is, they'd be like, look, and that's, you know what, when Kent State was getting massacred, same time Alice Cooper had hits. So we got the Kent State massacre and Alice Cooper. I don't know what the hell we're holding on to.
We're going to do one from Neil Young?
Yeah. Just play a record, for Christ's sake, and put a picture of him up when he met. This is the late Alice Cooper. He was big here when the city had no people in it. We're the 5th largest city in America now. If we can't get an act to show up and sing for us, don't go trolling through the toy box. Oh, hey, I forgot about this. You guys remember Alice Cooper, the Applebee's guy? Yeah, he used to have some songs, I think. And then somebody wakes him. Hey, Alice, get up. Yeah, what is it? We need you to sing at the Suns game. Oh, I get a free ticket? Yeah. What time does the game start? 6 p.m. 6 p.m.? Yeah. I got to be in bed by 8.
6 dark?
It's too late. I won't do it. School's out for summer. Yay. That old lady's alive. That's really all you're cheering.
Better off jamming out with Bobby Freeman at the halftime on the organ.
Well, at least that guy's part of baseball lore. I don't want to listen to a concert of Bobby Freeman. We got to get some hit. We got to get some. And, you know, again, now flip it over, devil's advocate. It's a little bit Phoenix's fault. There hasn't been a thing that came out of Phoenix since Alice Cooper to make it so he doesn't have to do these jobs anymore.
Very true.
Nothing's popped here. I mean, the Gin Blossoms are more relevant to the whole place than Alice Cooper. And we would laugh if the Gin Blossoms went up there. We'd be like, oh, this is nostalgia night. But Alice Cooper, really?
You get Stevie Nicks and Harry Styles out.
Heck yeah. It's going to cost you a couple $1 million, but
Yeah.
I wonder what Alice goes for. Probably just give him a few of his guitars back. Everybody got one.
The blimps were dropping them.
I told my dad to tell that guy, too. He's like, hey, they're giving those Alice Cooper guitars away for everybody buying cars. Yep. And that was back when the tin was flowing, man. The cars were leaving the lots. And I'm like, will you tell the sales guy that every guitar they give away devalues the other 1,000 guitars they've given away? Every single one you give away makes that thing less valuable. I'm not going to say that. I'm like, if you have 1 billion autographs and everybody's got one, what's the value in it? I watched that Antiques Roadshow, and that guy went in there thinking, and he actually said the saddest thing I've ever heard in Antiques Roadshow history. He goes, I'm 59 years old. I've worked really hard my whole life, and I've been hanging on to this since I was a little kid. He said, this is my retirement. And the guy's like, let's take a look. And his dad made friends with Cy Young.
That's right, Cy Young.
And he'd go up as a kid to Cy Young's place, and Cy Young would give him things. And his dad had a ton of things, letters. Because back then people wrote notes to each other, notes and stuff. And his dad and Cy Young, it almost started to seem like his dad and Cy Young were a little bit on the DL. And then he, as a young child, was like doing this whole thing with his dad's stuff. And he got a few old man Cy Young autographs. And then the guy looked at him and he goes, you have some of the most amazing Cy Young stuff I've ever seen. He goes, but here's the problem. Cy Young loved to write his name on stuff. Loved it. We are flooded with Cy Young autographs.
Signed jugs.
Yeah, he wrote his name on everything. And he said, and this dude was going to retire. I mean, he had nice notes saying your family's this, very personal. He goes, these are personal. They're outstanding. That adds a little sentimental value on top of it. I'll give you $1,000 for the whole lot.
Oh!
He's like, oh my God. The guy, and then you see that thing.
Yeah, $800.
And all that guy heard was,
You have to work for 10 more years.
Yep.
okay, thanks. That sounded like Scottie Pippen there.
Phil Jackson is a racist.
Man.
That was pretty good. But anyway, stop rolling out that old lady. Sorry, Alice. I don't mean to offend you, Alice. It's not your fault. I mean Vincent. It's not
and if
your
it was
fault.
a free concert, thank you.
What's free about a $1,500? You better get some goddamn entertainment in the middle of that. If you were at a thing, you're like $1,500 ticket. It's almost a Fire Fest.
Yes.
$1,500, and I got to pay for my own food. And Alice Cooper's the
With
entertainment.
One slice of cheese.
Go yourself, sons. What's this?
Alice Cooper's the Wonder Bread fire sandwich.
Yeah. Wait, I got the Dos Equis beer garden. That's good. That came with it, but I still have to buy drinks. And you're going to roll Alice Cooper out and call that the concert? You are. Where's Roger Klein?
Rather see the tumblers.
I'd rather watch it, but they're not allowed to do anything on the floor anymore. Oh. It's all up in this big stage they built in the corner. It's kind of neat, except for when they troll out Tag Team and Roger Klein. Yeah, it was bad. It was, and the pictures are worse because he looks just disturbing. Yeah. So what was that band you had on a few years ago, John, that screamed Christmas songs? They'd be more relevant. Yeah.
Oh, was that Slayer?
Slayer AZ.
Yeah, that's right.
Slayer
yeah.
AZ. That's right. They were great.
Slay.
Hey, look. He's right. And it would be as confusing to the youth in the crowd to have Christmas songs screamed at them in the middle of June than it is some transvestite singing about how school's over to a bunch of kids who didn't go to school for the last 2 years. School's out for COVID. Who's that old lady, Mom? I don't know. Don't look at it. Let's ask Grandpa. Grandpa, who's that? Well, that was the Marilyn Manson of my day. You imagine in the year, Jesus Christ, can't even do the math fast enough. 2041, if they rolled out Marilyn Manson at a basketball game. Because that's the same goddamn thing that happened last night. Terrible. Stop it. I would rather watch Glenn Campbell sing. Shh. Shh. Just have a moment of silence for the guy. Anyway, that's my rant on Alice Cooper because it's annoying. But it is true. And to Alice's, credit, I suppose, the phone keeps ringing because nobody's taken that from him.
Has to be to his credit a little bit, right?
I mean,
either he's just a master marketer.
Well, he's not doing it. He's sitting in his house, or he's probably got a little cup of pills, and his nurse is like, "Here you go, Mr. Vincent. You got to take your pills." It's 4 o'clock already. It's 4 o'clock already. Isn't that amazing? What time do the Suns play? Is Van Arsdale in? No, he doesn't. He doesn't live anymore. The Flying Dutchman's gone.
Goisman's probably going, what the hell?
We got better stuff from joke bands. What time does Al McCoy come on to talk about the Alvin Adams night? No, Vincent, that's enough. School out. They changed it. It's year-round now. Oh, no. No more teachers, no more books. That's right. Great lyrics. Shh, sleep. It's almost nighttime.
You put this pillow over your face.
Yeah, just let me help out. The old lady in C3 is singing about school again. She wants an Applebee's salad with hair in it. It'll be more like Alice Cooperstown. It was Applebee's with fur.
I'll have the big unit.
Oh. I remember people would go there, like, even Alice Cooper's, and I'm like, why would I go to... When is the last time you looked at Alice Cooper and said, cook me something?
Did you meet your wife there?
I didn't meet her there. We went to a
your
party
first date.
there. Oh, no. That was at Dos Gringos.
Ah.
Wasn't a date, just saw her. We went out and did stuff at the Cooperstown, downtown.
Dry humped on the stage?
Nobody dry humped. It was pretty awesome. Although I would have rather dry humped the food than eaten it. Oh, this salad is perfect. Are those anchovies? No, that's just a bunch of hair. The old lady in the back cooking, his hair falls out. I'm like, that's Alice Cooper, you bastard.
It's finished with mascara?
Yeah. And the staff was miserable. They had to wear that stupid Alice Cooper makeup. Hi, my name's Dale. I'm your waiter tonight. Would you like to have a schools out beverage? No, I don't want a schools out beverage. I just want to drink like a normal person. What is a schools
All the
out?
cocktails were his songs.
Yeah.
Would you
Let
like
me get this with 2 PB&Js, 2 big units.
Yeah. You just venomous poison beverage? No. Just have an iced tea. Would you like to have a Beth I'm calling? It's not even him. You're just naming songs.
Jamie's
now.
frying.
Yeah. And would you like a Pratt dog? No, to choke Pratt with one though. Terrible. Anyway, thank God that dump closed down. I think it was a health inspection that shut her down. Terrible. Anyway, stop with the Alice Cooper. It's enough. He had his moment, and it's now over. Oh, the guy said, remember the South Park where Rod Stewart came out on stage? He's like, everybody in the crowd's like, who's this guy? He said, I just pooped my pants. He's pooping because he's so old. But they drug his ass out anyway. Yeah, I mean, any halftime show would be better. I don't know, but what are you going to do? And then the world's gone mad because as I'm sitting there watching the Suns get beat up, I'm like, all right, well, start getting ready for tomorrow. Take a look at the phone, just looking at some stuff. And that Korean thing. Have you seen this?
Kim Jong-un?
No, there's a guy, influencer who had 18 surgeries because he's got a thing called trans racism. He identifies as a Korean person. So they gave him 18
North
surgeries.
or south?
That's what I wanted to know. Yeah. Is it politics? Does he identify politically or just...
The surgery matters on the...
I'm pretty sure, but I'm not 100%, that this BTK killer band that comes out of Korea, what are they called? The BTK?
BTS?
Is that it? Okay, I thought that was Bound, Torture, Kill Koreans. When they came popping out and this K-pop scenario came rolling towards us, he fell in love with one of the singers as an influencer and said, this has been my problem my whole life. I'm Korean. I'm just trapped in the wrong body. And nobody is saying, oh, no, you're not Korean. You're crazy. You're a lunatic is what you are. They gave him 18 surgeries to be Korean now, which I thought, that's what Rachel Dolezal lost her job over, I'm pretty sure, a couple years ago, right? She was not allowed to pretend to be black. So now he has a non-binary race.
That picture right there, after
that's before.
Before.
No,
okay.
just had this messy surgery.
Couldn't he have just given himself the mo and called it good?
Well, he's got the mo haircut, but I think that's...
where's the before then?
Oh, Three
that is the
Stooges mo.
before.
I'm sorry, I was
That's the before.
That's the before?
Yeah, it gets worse. Like, that's him working on it. Go to TMZ, because TMZ has his pictures. It's not even, like, healed yet, and he's putting pictures up from the operating room. But he identifies as a gay Korean. So we got to deal with that now. It's like, oh, no. I will identify with anybody that gets me, like, discounts. Can I get a deal like in college? I know you can get a college deal if you're from another country and you're get some sort of a...
What, he's soul manning it up or
yeah,
what?
soul man. That was the thing. They always ask you like what your ethnicity is on stuff. And I'm like, well, identify as.
They're getting close to that.
Yeah, there you go. There's some after Korea surgery.
Like your scholarship
Korean, I feel I
speak Korean every once in a while for no reason.
Maybe they will accept me more now because I have maybe people will think I'm actually Korean, which will make me really happy. And they can see how much I love their culture because this is the extreme length I've gone to because I love Korea so much.
Nobody says that in Korea.
Wow.
안녕하세요. 저는 지민입니다.
His name is Jimin.
Hey guys,
now.
I'm finally Korean. I've transitioned.
Finally, I'm Korean. I've transitioned.
So happy. I've completed my look. I'm finally Korean, guys. I have the eyes. Just had a brow lift as well.
Wow.
So I'm so happy. Finally, I've been trapped in the wrong body for 8 years.
No,
you're still in that same body. It's just now he's got stretch marks on
the
his
same body.
No. You're not trans Korean. You're trans up. We got to stop accepting this as a normal, like, oh, you can't say anything bad about that. Count me in on the other side of that. I'll say everything bad about it. Whoever's raising that kid is terrible. There's the new Koreans. This is
pop star. I am a new Korean pop star. Jimin. 안녕하세요.
He does the voice.
So happy with my new Korean eyes, my new Korean brow lift, my new Korean temple lift. Everything Korean, guys. I now identify fully as Korean. I'm so happy I can live my life the way I want to live it. Finally, after being trapped for so long. Jimin Oppa.
Yeah, he sings. Jimin Oppa is his name.
Man.
Has he spent some time there? I'm wondering.
Is he gone?
Yeah.
You'd think if you love Korea before you'd stretch the eyes out, you'd go over to Seoul every once in a while and just kind of eyeball it. Well,
poor Gangnam Style. That's where.
Yeah, what happened? Why does Psy not get any credit? Why does this BTK band get all the credit for it?
I might be for your cause if the first 3 lines in your Twitter bio weren't management, media inquiries, and get a video message from me on Cammy.
Let me tell you this, Toledo. I don't care what your 3 words are on your Instagram. I'm never going to be for your cause to identify as another race like an idiot to the point of surgery. I can see where you look over and go, look, we're getting to that point. We've made jokes about it where I identify as a 6'8" power forward from the mean streets of,
Get your operations.
I don't need an
then
operation.
I'll believe you.
Right. I have to. But if I dye my skin, I'm going to lose my job.
We'll crack your bones and stretch.
People think I'm crazy, but and it's because nobody identifies as a Korean. He picked a thing that nobody wants to do. Do you think he's going to be in a BTK band then? Do you think he's going to be in one of them
pop
bands?
Or is he a solo artist?
He'll start his own thing.
Look at him.
I'm Michael Jackson.
Yeah.
He doesn't look Korean.
Him and Psy are going to do a duet.
He looks crazy. He looks like Miley Cyrus with a bad haircut. Yeah, so he does it, and people are like proud of him. Like some of the comments are like, "I'm so proud of you for finding your new you. You're not trapped in the wrong body. Nobody's born accidentally white, and you're supposed to be Korean. That's dumb. That's not even a thing we can embrace a little bit. I'll give you the idea that maybe your brain's confused to thinking you're a girl or a boy.
Totally think of that.
Like there's something there, but your brain doesn't say
you pick that.
You
race.
choose this.
You pick that.
This
race.
isn't one of the because I'm with you because I like. The argument that I always give people when they say, well, you picked to be gay or whatever, it's like, no, you don't, because you didn't pick being heterosexual. You knew.
Right.
Like, it wasn't a choice.
It
wasn't
It was biological.
It just happened.
You just knew when you were a little kid which one got
like
you. Which
Mary
one.
Richardson, she's hot.
Yeah,
I like her.
Something about 5th grade. There was a girl named Charlotte. And I was like, Charlotte makes me feel funny.
Yep.
None of the boys did that. So it was never a choice. It was there. So, and some of the other kids had that, like, I like John a little bit. And then probably because I wore Mac Weldon's back in kindergarten. That kid, I had a bubble.
The hair.
That little bubble. Carrying that bubble ass around, it was tough. I wore the Mac Weldon's yesterday. I walked around in here like I had a butt plug in because I was very tight and uncomfortable. The ladies were looking. Those things.
It makes you walk on your tiptoes.
No, it makes me kind of hide it, Brady. It makes me clinch up.
You didn't walk by Kristen's desk,
Good
did you?
God, no.
Okay.
I can't afford the time and the pain that causes me when she can't get enough of this ass.
Rushes you like a K-pop star.
I didn't even realize it when I put them on. I just wanted to be comfortable yesterday, so I threw the Mac Weldon sweats on, and I caught my reflection. I'm like, Kristen's going to go crazy downstairs. I got to stay away from that lady because they harass me. I'm dressed too hot. I got a bubble, Brady. It's sweet. It's a sweet bubble. But those Mac Weldons really accentuate it. Can't have that.
When you start twerking.
And I identify as a black rapper, female.
Do we call you
in the Mac Weldons?
They. What do we use for?
Just DeJohn.
DeJohn?
Yeah, that's I identify as a black woman.
DeJohn.
Ooh, Lord! I walk around doing the thing like, oh Lord, Chrissy, quit you looking at my ass. What's wrong with y'all?
Got my operations.
What is wrong with y'all? I can't walk around here. You know I'm in the wrong body.
After 48 operations.
People listening right now go, he's being racist. No, I'm not. I'm transracial.
Hey,
you don't
can't call
understand.
that.
Sometimes I just become who I really am, which is a black woman from the deep south. It's hot as hell in Phoenix. I got them vapors.
Didn't that used to be called possession?
Yes, it used to be called being possessed. Now, yeah, there used to be something that people used to attach electrodes to your head and electrocute you so you were quiet. We don't want to hear from him anymore. Let's zap that right out of you. Not saying that was the right way either, but it's probably more right than this.
Lobotomy is better?
I think a lobotomy is about 70% more right than the surgery.
Right.
The surgery that embraces somebody saying, I'm a Korean trapped in a white man's body from London.
It used to be just to get the drill bits out.
Yeah, that's right. Go
give me the address.
Get the DeWalt. I'll head over and fix the Korean thing. Oh, you perform surgery on me? That's right. I'm in Chinsu. There you go. I got the Korean part of his brain. He doesn't say anything anymore. You're welcome. But you made my son not talk. You're better off, right? Because all he was talking about was pretending to be a Korean boy.
You're welcome.
You're very
welcome.
Very welcome.
So I can take these posters down?
Yeah. Take down all the BTK posters. It's dumb. They'll be gone in a year or two. Yeah. I don't know what they call that band. What are they? The BLS? BLS.
There's too many.
Yeah. The Korean BLM. I don't know what it is. KBLM. Korean. Hey, look, in this day and age, Korean Black Lives Matter. I can say it. I can say that.
Totally.
A black guy.
That's
you know
jamming.
what? And hand it to the blacks. Because never once has a black... We are crazy as a race. I'll give it. This is completely a white Euro thing. I've never heard of a black guy going, well, I was born in a Korean man's body.
I was born a poor white child.
I want to be Korean. So I'm going to get the surgery now to be Korean. I don't think that's a good idea, Luther. Well, I identify with BTK. They talk and touch me. Well, in a couple years...
8 years.
Yeah.
Enamored by the band.
Wasn't Chappelle making fun of that in his last special? Like his wife's Asian. He goes, I identify as an Asian now. So he did fingers on the eyes and everything, and everybody laughed like, oh, that'll never happen. And guess what? TMZ just put its arms around it. And yes, it's for attention and all that, but we used to call those people freaks. We have to keep doing that.
We used to be able to say maybe they need a little help.
I never said that. I just say freak. I didn't care about them getting help. What am I, their babysitter? I do not care. I wasn't hired to watch you. I already have a mother. Hopefully you do too. Evidently she's done a terrible
on it as well.
Just stop giving that anything more than this freak. Do the story.
It's a story.
Do the story like, look at this freak. That's the story. Look at this idiot. That is the real way. Because that's what everybody's saying at home. And then when you go out in public, you're supposed to go, well, it's got this. We got to embrace. Let me make this comment today, and I stand by it. In my lifetime, there will be a representative in the House or the Senate that has mental deficiencies. You can't say the R word. I would say the R word. That are mentally challenged.
Some would say they're already there.
I know that's the joke.
Yeah.
But I clinically mentally challenged because we will not be able to say that isn't something you like everybody could do. They did the thing for, what was the deal? They said something is for everybody. Space. So they're training astronauts who have no legs and stuff like that. And they're like, space is for everyone. I'm like, no, you need these people to be extraordinary specimens right now because there's a lot to do up there. It's like, we're just going to float a crippled person in the space. That's fine. But no, you don't go out and say he has no arms and we're going to put him in charge of this and this and this. Like, all right. And mentally deficient people are the ones we want flying these aircraft. Like, no, we want the best of the best of the best until we get it figured out. Then start dragging up everyone. I'm not capable. Let me put it in that category. You don't want me up there running anything in space. I'm not ready. I'm not capable. I'm not good at it. I'm not smart enough. I want the best of the best of the best trained to be astronauts. I want that to be impressive. I don't want astronauts to be Vesley. Hey, they asked me to be an astronaut. I'm like, oh, Christ. This guy will definitely be falling soon. Hey, here's Vesely flying around. Oh, crap. He crashed into another cloud.
In that Fiat satellite.
Well, that thing wouldn't make it. Not everything is for everybody. And we're acting like everybody's capable. Everybody's mom is now the attitude. Oh, you can do anything you want. Let me break it to you. No, you can't. No, you can't. I'm 48. I'm 6 feet tall, 200 pounds. I could probably drop about 6 pounds right now. I can't play professional basketball. Sure you can. No, I can't. I sure identify as being a pro basketball player. I took a pair of balled-up socks last night, and I shot some hoops into a hanger. I haven't done that in a long time.
How'd you shoot?
Oh, not good. I'm taller than I used to be, so I hit the ceiling a lot.
Oh.
When I was a kid, this game worked better. I can still dunk, but now I'm just standing there.
You didn't flop, did you?
Yeah, and that's what I do in the house when I play pretend basketball.
Forward.
I kick forward and throw myself down and call fouls.
John, didn't this start years ago? Because haven't buildings always been accepted as trans, considering the 13th floor identifies as the 14th?
That's an excellent point. I hadn't thought of that. And that used to be the craziest thing we did. Can't have 13th floors. They're bad luck. Well, there's still a 13th floor, you moron. It's just called the 14th floor.
And didn't you say in some
in,
country 4
Aria,
is the...
China has bad luck with the number 4, so there's no 40th floor. None of it. 40 through 50 is missing.
Really?
So 39th to the 50th floor. They don't like 4s to lead things. They don't like the first letter number to be 4. And they cater to the Chinese.
But like Toledo, so is there a 4th floor then, or they go right to the 5th?
Good question. I don't know.
I think it does, because that lobby is so tall that I think they start at like 6 or 7.
Why? Still one floor. They wouldn't just say this is the height of 6 floors and start on the 6th floor.
Well, you might, because you have other floors in there.
He's as crazy as that Korean.
I identify as a 4th floor.
You're as crazy as a Korean. They don't identify. They don't just go, start around 6 because that first floor is so tall. It's the second floor, just the tall first floor.
Everything else is arbitrary. Why wouldn't it be?
It's true. It identifies whatever number it chooses. Let the floor make its own decision.
Didn't they remove the big lion in front of MGM because of the
Chinese people?
They
did?
Because like when you
the big gold
walk
lion?
through, the one you walk through,
You couldn't walk through it.
Right.
They still have the statue. You're right. The thing that when you walked in the door.
Yeah,
that used to be the whole entrance.
Right. Yeah.
Maybe it's because the lion started to eat some of the caretakers, and they're like, let's kind of pull away from that identity.
The power bill on that thing.
On the lion?
Yeah.
You just had green eyes. Ridiculous. I don't think Vegas cares so much about the electric.
Yeah.
They're pretty good with paying that off. The city might give them a cut.
John, I don't know what operation I'd need, but I really, really am a fan of doggy style. Does that then mean that I identify as a dog now?
I identify with reverse cowgirl pretty heavy. And
cowgirl?
Yeah.
So we got to start calling you.
I like that position. I like being in that spot as a man.
As a man. Good clarification.
Bend it back and roll in. Like reverse cowgirl. I like the nail. I'm not a carpenter. I like the wheelbarrow. Every time I use a wheelbarrow, I ram that front guard into a thing and almost break my wrists.
That could be next up, though, Toledo, the identifying with an animal or something.
Yeah. Oh, no. And look, my friend said it years ago. He's like, well, if we start this whole everybody loves anything they want, what's going to stop people from being in with animals? I'm like, that's crazy talk. No, it's not. He was right. Well, if you just let everybody identify as what they want, they can pick anything. I'm like, yeah, but that's unreasonable. There's more. There's not. That's not. The logic is there. Like,
John,
I'm a leopard now, so then you go get an operation.
Thank you for calling an end or putting an end to ladies' nights officially, because I'm going now. I get drink specials now.
Hey, that's a good thought. I identify as a lady who gets free drinks. And by the way, I identify as a hot lady. I'm kind of a bitch. I'm not going home
with nice cans, too.
Yeah, I got great cans of ass that doesn't stop, and you're never going to see it. You got to buy me drinks all night, Jethro.
Oh, yes, it's them's night.
And the feeling's right. Oh, yes, it's them's night. Oh, what are all the thems in the crowd? Raise your hands. How they doing? Free drinks for the thems. Well, that's everybody. Y'all getting something free. We're going out of business. We're idiots. We're all idiots.
Throw they hands in the air.
Yeah. All right, all the theys. Yeah. How do you do that in a rap concert when you divide? All the ladies. You can't have that moment.
John, I'm 3+. 300 pounds, and I identify now as trans slender.
Yeah, that's right. And you know what? It's a mental deficiency. You have to go to a doctor, and they turn you into a waif.
Just mentally. Right. They don't do anything to them.
No. No, they chop it all off.
It's like Shallow Hal.
Arms, legs. We're going to get you down to about 85 pounds. I identify as an infant. I want to get back to birth weight. Idiots.
John, those people that are into animals are around. They're called furries.
I know. And we're getting it. Well, it used to be cute because they'd dress up and you could
now
go,
you won't
freaks!
need the costumes.
Yeah. Now they're going to pretend they got something wrong with their brains, and they've always really identified as a bear. One of the best documentaries I ever saw was those feral people of Russia, those people that were raised by
the wolf family.
Wolf family. And those two little kids got raised by wolves, and they walk on their hands and feet. It's not like hands and knees. They're hands and feet, and they're fast.
Sounds like Jungle Book.
Have you seen it?
No.
It's unreal. These two, I think they were a boy and a girl, or maybe two girls, were lost in the woods or something, or cast out in the woods as babies, and they became feral people. And infants, should have died, but they suckled at the teat of a wolf, and then were raised by these wolves and walked like them and barked at people, and it's real. Wow. I thought it was
fake. And we had another guy.
That sounds like a Springer show.
It completely, but they found them when they were teenagers and stuff, and they're hunting, and it was crazy. And you should see them run. Like when they run, they can fly on all fours. It was creepy, and I think it was in Russia. And I remember watching that, going, "This has to be phony." But you can't bend somebody that way and train them to do what these people are doing. As far as physical stuff, it was amazing. And then that dude yesterday in Vietnam's been living there eating rats and stuff, but he was just Tarzan. He had been raised by people. And then they just stuffed him in the jungle. Yeah, he just became people of the jungle. But yeah, it's insane. So identify as what you want. Brett identifies as an Italian. Even Italians look at him like, come on, you're from Mesa. How Italian are you? Like New York Italians would look at Brett as like, what are you? So what level of Italian do I identify as? If you want to identify as the Godfather?
Oh, no, you get smacked down for that.
You start getting knocked around. You're not going to do it.
You get put in your place there.
The nerve.
And we deserve too.
But of all the races, Korean, there's no benefit to that. If you're going to pick one, get something that pays. It's not easier to get a job because you're Korean. Or
the particular one, if it's BTS, those guys are getting paid.
Well, yeah, but you got to be in BTS.
He was in early.
Not all Koreans are in it.
No, I know, but
they all look alike.
So, yeah. 18 of them.
But isn't that what he
identified
with, though?
No, he was a big fan.
I thought he said it's like I'm a Korean pop star now.
Well, he looks like him, and he named himself after one of them.
Yeah.
So he thinks he's just a big fan is what he is. He's Liberace.
The worst part is he's going to make some money off this, too.
Yeah.
Well, it's William Hung made money.
He's
for
right.
Just,
for being William Hung.
Yeah, but I mean,
we're curious.
Talentless.
You're right. We're curious.
He put out a hit.
He'll do stuff we'll listen to. It's Rebecca Black.
Yeah.
It'll be like,
William Hung had an engineering degree to fall back on.
Well, because he's a real Korean.
Yeah.
They all get engineering degrees.
Right.
Like every one of them can get a degree like that.
Right.
This
English
kid's
kid got nothing.
He doesn't have a Korean brain. You know what? I guarantee you start making him do math faster and
he'll overheat and reverse
build a
surgeries.
Samsung, build like a phone or a TV. He'd be like, I don't know what this is. I'm like, yeah, because you're not really Korean. Those kids are innate. They're born with the knowledge of television.
John, wouldn't it have been cheaper for this kid to just apply for goddamn citizenship and become Korean that way?
Right. Yeah, everybody comes in. I identify as Scott Bezos. Or Jeff Bezos, sorry. That was from Scott. Where's my billions? Toledo identifies as a guy who has a father.
There you go.
You have to do plastic surgery of a guy.
Then I get to pick my father, right?
You have to take chunks of you and build a new dude.
Yeah.
Anyway, it's stupid. So I am for the Bring Back the Freaks. A Barnum and Bailey of 2021. I will tour this freak show and call it what it is, Freaks. They had a picture the other day in a magazine of a guy modeling bikinis, and he's got a beard, and I'm like, that used to be called the bearded lady, and it used to be something you had to pay extra to see. Now it's something I'm supposed to say, oh, isn't it amazing? It is not. I'm not amazed. Not even in the slightest am I amazed. I'm going to see if I can find that picture. Here, look.
You texted it to us.
Look at this.
Oh, yeah. I didn't even. I looked at that and I'm like,
yep.
What's that? Photoshopped?
Oh, yeah. It's a model. It's
real Z's.
It's got cans and stuff, but
like Dave Navarro in a drag.
It looks a little like Navarro. Look at that. And that used to be called a freak.
I thought you photoshopped that.
No, I did not. I wouldn't waste my day.
I don't know.
So, you know what I'm going to do? Take this Dave Navarro lookalike and make... No, it's in magazines and stuff. Not interested. That's weird behavior. Identify as a middle thing. Okay, then I'm going to call you a thing. And get mad at me all you want. That's still what we do here. You wouldn't hire a job? I'm going to tell you probably not. I don't want you to... I don't like... no, I'm not. No. What if I'm qualified? Shave. I got that Steinbrenner rule. None of my ladies can have a full beard. That's near discriminating. Mm-hmm. And I identify as a discriminator. It's an illness I have. I just don't want freaks wandering around my building causing trouble. I like it to be normal. What's normal? Not you. Get out. I like my office to be full of normal. I'll take some of the... Even the people who are like, man, we used to be on the edge. Like gay people that work here are like, what's going on?
We're not turning the office into eggshells.
I want an apology from Michael and Troy going, hey, we pushed it a little bit, and now there's other groups. Like, even they're like, I went to that charity with my neighbors, Michael and Troy, and we were debating what the hell the I is in LGBTQIA. And even Michael's like, oh, everybody wants in. Like
inquisitive, inquiry, or something.
Inquisitive.
Well, queer is already in there.
I have some questions. Is now a category of life. What's A? Androgynous. That's a different category altogether.
Brett's on it. Brett,
I'm going to see what the hell this is.
But he didn't know what the Q was because I said I heard it was queer. Yeah. He heard questioning, and then Troy I think said no, it's queer, and I said it might be questioning. That makes sense to me. But
maybe it's both.
Even they were like, it's gotten all mucked up.
You can identify as whatever Q you want.
Yeah.
Lesbian, gay, bisexual, transgender, queer, or questioning, intersex, and asexual or allied.
Intersex?
That's what it says.
Asexual, that's incel.
What is intersexual? Wasn't that a Dennis Quaid, Martin Short, Meg Ryan movie? I remember intersexual was great. I'm tired of it. I don't want to play anymore. So I'm not going to.
John, I want all these things be found out because, like me personally, I want to identify as Julio Gomez. I've got everything down except one thing. I won't be able to show and prove.
I would love to identify as that guy. Have that windsock hanging off my hips.
Just for like a week?
Identify as Blazarian.
Oh,
there you go.
Yes.
I would love to identify as both of those, but I don't. Because you know what? I got to work for that. Oh, Dan Blazarian got all his money from his dad. Well, I don't want to identify as his rich son.
John, did anybody inform this jackass that I'm pretty sure Koreans must serve in the military?
Yes.
Send his ass over there now and sign him up.
All them BTK kids are military trained, eh? Is that true? North or south? I'm not sure. We got to learn that march where you're kicking your feet.
You know who identifies as the greatest magician of all, John? OJ.
Well, he made two people disappear and got away with it. Yeah. And then he revealed someone else's trick when they made his stuff disappear. He made it all come back. Yeah, I just don't. I'm all for doing whatever you want to do, but calling it normal is where I draw the line. There's certain things where you're like, yeah, go ahead. You want to do that? That's nuts. But you are now an outcast to a certain degree. Yeah. As the dude from England who identifies as a Korean, you have every right to go do that. But I have every right to go, I don't think you're mentally stable. I don't think you are normal.
Apologize while I stare.
By the way.
Yeah. I'm not apologizing. I'm like, what'd you do here? You went out and made yourself a visual spectacle. I'm looking at it.
Outcasts are a thing in every portion of the animal kingdom, by the way.
Absolutely. We're the only ones that are like, come on in here.
Yep.
Come on.
This one's for Brett. So does that mean that Alec identifies as adorable and Caleb identifies as a jellyfish?
What if Caleb, you know who's trapped in the wrong goddamn body, you insensitive pricks? Poor little Caleb. You think I think I'm Korean. Oh, this is hard for me. Caleb rolling around with 200 broken bones at age 17.
Yes, you know what I identify as? A walker. You want your surgery? So do I, bitch.
Aren't you going to have to complete that process, Caleb?
Let me take off this adorable blanket and show you what 2 broken legs look like. I've had over 18 surgeries.
Yeah,
poor little Caleb.
That guy, 18.
You poor little dear influencer that you identified as a BTK singer. And now, you need surgery. You don't need surgery every 5 minutes. Caleb.
that you keep calling it BTK.
Well, that's what they're on.
Light me up like dynamite. Oh.
Shut up, everybody. Don't you feel like saying that in like a big Earth? Hey, look, I found Earth's bullhorn. Shut up, everybody. Oh, wow, God's talking.
Oh, please.
If there was one, that's what he'd say.
Oh, my God.
You guys are you're the best thing I created. I think you're in last place. Man is so far ahead of beast. It's God's special creature. Yeah, special indeed. By that, you mean retarded.
You'll see.
Yeah, we'll show you special. And the Bears are just like, just take what you need. Don't go crazy. And use your claws because you got claws, and use your eyes because you got eyes. But don't identify as like a leopard or we'll kill you. Idiot. You're going to get us all
They're
killed.
on standby. When everyone's AC, electricity goes out, it's like, buffet is on.
Yeah. It makes me want to go to war with Korea just to get this guy out of the way. Yeah, all right, go fight for him. I just get that one, and then we'll make peace.
You see the Un? He's been training.
He's skinny now.
Yeah.
I think it's cancer,
Something's
but maybe
got him.
something's
got him. Call it training.
doesn't look healthy. He identifies as a cancer victim. Identify.
How many hole-in-ones did he get last week?
18. Shot an 18 on a course, 7,000 yards. Pretty good. Identifies his stuff, and he's allowed to do it because he's got everybody brainwashed. Kill him if you say different. That's the real disorder. Yeah, freaks, been freaks. I'm all for calling them again. 2021 is my year not to try this whole thing anymore. I don't care. I don't care what your problems are. I just don't care what your issues are. And you identifying as a Korean in your healthy body, I look at Caleb and I'm like, okay. I'm sorry you're having such a rough go not being Korean. Oh, well, what a tough break. You know what I identify as? A guy who wishes he had hair. But my hair, even growing back, is awful. So I make do. This is the hand I have. I'll play these cards, thank you. I'm starting to want to be mean to everybody. That's the problem. Like, I don't like anybody that, like, I'm starting to get into that tribal thing where someone's like, well, these people have mental. I'm like, you have a mental disorder. I'm not talking to you anymore. I'm dismissing everybody. I just want you to know that a Korean person can live inside of your body. No, it can't.
No,
it
not
cannot.
possible.
You know who you're doing this for? You know who's thrilled about this? Psychiatrists. Because the more credibility we give this crap, the more visits they get for $300 a pop. And they're like, this is great. Call it a mental disorder. Sure. Psychiatrists are the ones who have to look at you and not call you crazy when you're crazy, because that's their job. And now they've asked all of us to act like that. Society's job is to call you crazy so you feel like you need a psychiatrist. I don't think I'm fitting in. That used to be a thing. Jackasses. Anyway, sorry. It's all Alice Cooper's fault. He's identified as a rock star for way too long. What was his song? Feed My Frankenstein in 88, and everybody's Alice Cooper's back. It was 89, 88.
I don't know if Poison was the 88, 89.
Lips I've been in Miss Pain.
Feed My Frankenstein, I think, was well before that.
Was it?
I think
Let's
so.
see here.
I think it was the same time. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. You're right.
That
Poison.
can't be right. It says 91.
That could be
too.
Feed My Frankenstein was 91.
Yeah.
Because that was the comeback time.
Because then he did that song, too, from Friday the 13th. He's back, the man behind the mask and all that kind of stuff.
That's right.
Yeah. That was his original comeback, and then it...
That's right. Yes, first
I don't know
comeback.
if it got better or worse.
No, it got worse. It stayed the same. It was in Coopersville. It was in Cooperstown. Ugh. And there he was last night. I was at a hockey game. I remember that was the last time I bitched about Alice Cooper. I was at a hockey playoff game, and they drug his ass out for that. And I'm like, what are we doing? School down, summer. I'm like, what is going on? That old tranny singing about, this is like, he should be on a list. What are you paying so much attention when the bus comes back for?
Did they win that game?
I think they did. But it had nothing to do with him. Because they hired Brady. They hired a bunch of great players. Cooper had 2 goals and an assist. Now, if that was the case, it's like, and I'm also sing "School's Out." I'm like, Jesus Christ, the right winger is amazing. That's Alice Cooper. Hey, he owns an Applebee's. He did. He shut it down. He somehow managed to make an Applebee's not work out. They never close. They're always full, and they never close. And his shut down like, ugh. I've never gone to a place where the health rating in the window just had a question mark. Anyway.
It was a queue.
John,
oh, you were there. Yeah. The building was questioning whether or not it was a building.
John, I identify as pre-pregnant Hildy. Take me now.
If you're a guy,
right?
You just turn me on.
The surgeries on that.
Anybody that identifies as pre-pregnant Hildy or current Paige Spiranek, and she might be out there listening. She's a Steelers fan like me. You identify as either of those two. I identify as your husband. So, got to move in.
Don't forget Mike Myers put Alice Cooper in Wayne's World also.
Right.
Was he?
Because in 1993...
In Milwaukee?
We're not worthy.
Yeah,
we're not worthy.
At a festival show, we're not worthy of Alice Cooper. And you know why? Two dorks from Aurora couldn't let go. They were a joke, by the way. They weren't like the guys that we followed. They were the guys we avoided. They were Beavis and Butthead with jokes.
Oh, no.
Silly. Anyway, sorry.
You know that Alice did a COVID song last year, right, John?
No.
Signed Dawn and El Mirage. That's a real laugh riot. Look it up.
I haven't heard that one.
COVID song?
Was it, there comes a time when you need a Frankenstein and the world must put its mask on its face.
If you did all five or all the
there are
parts
people dying and school is not getting out. Because it never got in the first place.
We are the COVID.
We have the COVID. I have no career. I hope the Suns make it to the playoffs so I can stand up there. This is Alice Cooper's COVID tune?
Apparently. Called Don't Give Up.
Don't give up. Now.
Yeah, I know you're struggling right now. We all are.
I am struggling because I'm about to listen to you
sing. It's a spoken word song.
A world that we don't even know. It's hard to sleep, even harder to dream.
We skip into it.
Look, you got 7 billion.
It's better than him singing.
We're all staring at the razor's edge, but we're not gonna step off the ledge. No.
If you need Alice Cooper to help you through COVID, I hope you get COVID. I hope you get the Delta variant, and I hope it comes in the form of a 747 through your front door.
We have a vaccine.
Yeah. That actually works. And again, it sounds like I'm angry at Alice. It's not his fault. It's the people who keep hiring him. Hey, Phoenix, you excited about this? No. We're not even a little bit. 2 generations removed. I thought basketball like rap. I've never heard them kick.
That's why they brought tag team out.
Exactly. I've never heard them kick on a Alice Cooper tune in the introductions or in between.
They're reading
plays.
the room.
Very rarely, yeah. But it is kind of older white guys now because the money's so high. That is a little different. $1,500 for a seat is going to get.
I'm looking in the fans.
I'm looking down there. I'm seeing a lot of rap fans in the first 30 rows. Break out the old lady.
We're about one of the only families in Gilbert that are at home on game nights.
Yeah, no, it's all heading out. I don't think they're going, though, to be honest with you. I think they drive downtown and fill bars. I don't think they're actually there, because all I'm seeing is like Sweet James and Kevin Rowe. Like, all the people I see on TV are here, all the lawyers.
I saw our buddy the Dirk in the crowd last night.
Oh, was he there? You have a buddy, yeah. Selling insurance.
3rd row.
Goddamn right. Thank you, Jesus.
Oh, God. Somebody just texted or somebody messaged me and said, can you play Man Behind the Mask from Alice Cooper for Devin Booker? No, we can't.
Yes. What year did that come out?
86. Okay. I looked that one up.
Play it.
It's pretty funny, though. If he did Man Behind the Mask last night, it was all because of that, and no one remembers it. It wasn't a hit. Like, it's a small group of people that go, oh, yeah, forgot about that terrible song. Anyway. What do you got on the board of musical treats?
All right, Wake Up Song brought to you by our buddies over there at Action Ride Shop. Look for a new bike. They got some new Santa Cruz models in, the Mega Tower as well as the Nomad. And, of course, they got the big boys there, too, as well, like Pivot.
A friend of mine in Washington
Rocky Mountain.
Just got a Rocky Mountain.
Oh, really?
And he's going crazy because he's like 20, but he's still riding. He's like, yeah, I got the Rocky Mountain. You got to try these out. And that's what Josh pushed on me when I was at Action last time. He's like, these are great bikes. I'm like, ooh.
You're a Pivot guy, though, aren't you?
I like Pivots a ton. I love Pivot bikes, but
And Pivot, like Alice Cooper, Arizona company, too.
Yeah, the guys from Pivot go up on stage and build a bike. I'd rather watch that than Alice Cooper. We're going to build a Trail 429. These are
We're going to do a tune-up.
One of our middle to high-end models is a nice one. It'll run you about $6,000. Got the edge on this. We're going to get a We get a 1 in 11 system on this. I'm like, what are they doing? It's better than Alice Cooper. Just pay attention. They're building a bike, putting a bike together. Then they're going to size it for the gorilla, and he's going to ride it around.
All Arizona.
Yeah, I'm fine with that. Motorola guy get up there.
Josh and Brian are going to be out there building a bike.
Right, Josh and Brian build a pivot bike. Isn't this beautiful? We're local. It was this or Cooper. Oh, yeah, build another bike. Build another bike. Build another bike. What time do I go on? Old lady, the bike guys are running long. I think you're going to have to take a night off. Anyway.
We had a bunch of stuff. Obviously, some of it doing with the Suns. DOA from the Foo Fighters.
Oh.
Van Halen, Dead or Alive.
Come on, guys.
Stick Tight from Terror for the Suns.
Ooh. The sky started to tumble down again.
There's a song from Hemlock called The Sky is Falling. I don't know that song, but...
Give us a taste of that.
Hemlock?
Yeah.
I'm sure it's
This
positive.
is for all the Chicken Little Suns fans. The sky is falling. It's over. There's tons of chunks of sky coming out.
Going back to Kelly from the Biggie.
I like that. I'm not going to play it. Notorious B.O.G. I call him a bog. Gosh. I do kind of like the idea of if that song's any good. The sky is falling.
Yeah, I don't know that
Biggie's
one.
going back to Cali.
Did he do
I
Going
remember
Back to
LL
Cali?
Cool J.
Yeah, Cool J did Going
No,
Back
he
to
did.
Cali.
He
did?
I'll find it while Toledo's
He
looking.
did a version of Going Back to Cali or his own?
Here's Hemlock.
Cool.
This is the Hemlock one? Okay, there's a little Hemlock. Kind of what I expected. And you got Going Back to Cali by the Notorious Big.
Hopefully we don't get a commercial
it's
here. Oh, we got a
2000.
commercial.
No.
Give me 4 seconds.
What are you doing?
He's doing his
He does that
Biggie.
all the time.
Oh,
on
he
the
does?
Suns.
There you go.
Oh, yeah.
I thought,
It's like another one.
Let's just skip ahead here.
B.O.G. does? He goes to huh.
Yeah, he kind of does a little.
I just thought he lisped.
All around the world.
As fat as I am, I'd never take a bite of a sandwich from Alice Cooperstown night.
That your hat can't fit you. Either I'm with you or against you. Format been.
I never heard that song.
No?
No.
It was one of his big ones.
We're going with Hemlock.
Well, I didn't think we were going Biggie.
Yeah, I like Biggie. Going with Hemlock. I'm a West Coast rapper. That's how I identify as West Coast. I'm a Tupac and Cube. I don't care for the East Coast rap.
Oh,
I was never
You're starting it now.
I know. I'm just accelerating the war. I'm pouring flames on that. But yeah, I don't like Puff Daddy, and I didn't like Notorious B.I.G. that much. When the Source Award fights would break out, I rooted heavily for the West. Big time.
Particular
West.
reason?
I just like their music better.
Okay.
I thought
That's fair.
I thought Dre was a better producer than Puff. California. I thought that was
Can't
cool.
disagree.
Like they almost won me over for a little while.
Dre didn't put himself on all his songs that he produced.
And even if he did, still
It was
cool.
better.
Yeah. And then they brought us Eminem. I mean, their stable just kept growing and growing. You know, not to say that everything coming out of the East was bad. I just was never a big fan. No, the West had its flaws. You had that
Got a little tough.
giant guy that started killing everybody for a
Suge.
while there. Suge.
Fat Joe?
Suge
Oh,
Knight. No,
Suge
Fat
Knight.
Joe.
Okay.
Not a Fat Joe guy. He was an East Coast guy.
Fat Joe was East.
No. Damn it.
And he was another one. Everybody from the East looked fat. Everyone had a weight issue. I think the West Coast looked thinner and healthier. I think that's probably why I like them. They just were a healthier bunch. I just didn't want to associate with that pre-diabetes that was going on over there in East Coast rap.
The Fat Boys.
Well, because, you don't want to get too close to those rappers. They're going to lose their feet.
How dare you? Fat Boys were great.
They were from a hot land.
Oh, were they?
They were down south. Anyway, all right. Hemlock will be today's choice. The sky.
Oh, we are doing that one?
Yeah, the sky is falling.
he's
I thought
gotta
we were
get it.
loading her up.
I thought
What'd
you
you
just
think?
had a sample.
Heck no. We're going with it. Because Chicken Little out there screaming and yelling, the Suns are going to win another game. I got emails. This is it, man. If Kawhi Leonard was out there, we'd be losing. If you imagine how bad they'd have lost. If Zubac played less, they probably would have had a closer game.
Yeah, it would have been close.
Without him, the Suns looked confused. They had a game
That
plan
small
without
ball
him.
lineup, they didn't know what to do.
If anything, the Clippers look like the Suns did when they didn't have Chris Paul. They looked like a team that was confident with look,
Pulled together.
We have a game plan for no Chris Paul. They had a game plan last night and you got to think, man, that Clippers team's impressive. They're down 3 guys that play all the time, and they're superstars out.
It's freewheeling.
Yeah, it's impressive. It's very impressive. And there are people out there saying, well, the Suns are going to win in a year where, they played the Joker without Murray and all these teams are missing a guy and Davis didn't play for the Lakers. Yeah, so what?
There. They haven't been challenged, but still.
They have been challenged.
You play who you play.
But bottom line is it's nobody's fault. Everybody gets injuries. Suns won 2 games without their superstar. So everybody's in on the same thing. LeBron's bitching that he's not involved because of it. Like, injuries are part of it. Shut up and promote Space Jam. Oh, by the way, that was somebody else's movie. You coattail glommer.
This is bad. Bad.
That's a joke, right? You're joking?
You've been listening to Holmberg's Morning Sickness Podcast, brought to you by our friends at Eric's Family Barbecue in Avondale. Meet, mesquite, repeat. Eric'sFamilyBBQ.com.